Hello and good evening. My name is John. We're here playing The Devil's Womb. As part of my Steam cleaning series, where I go through every game in my Steam library eventually, then arbitrarily rate and or review them after we have a playtime. Now, I don't quite know what this game is, except I know it's free. I pick these games out at random, so we're going to hop in together and find out what this game is, and then I will, arbitrarily rate and review it after we have a playtime. Hi, are you new to RPG Horror World? Would you like an introduction to mechanics of the game? No. Use. That day was the day. That day was my last day. Parents got scared when they found out our relationship. They saw me speaking to the devil, so at just 9 years old, they locked me in an asylum. They hospitalized me because they love me and I love them. I want them to stop crying over my illness. After 3 years of treatment and prayer, that day was my last day. The day when science and faith destroyed the evil inside my small. Day before I died, lost like the void. Insane Cat Games presents a game by Bipolar. The Devil's Womb. So it sounds like this is an RPG horror game. Based on the intro menu screen, it feels like a RPG Maker, and there you go. 25 years later, wow. Various psychological tests. Books on psychoanalysis. Whoa. Okay, I can hide in cupboards. Camilla's on the table. Camilla's will give strength to the player. He will be able to use them to save his dream and resume. Since the story must go on, it cannot be untold. However, for a flower to be such, it mustn't be touched, it must be... Try to use them not more than 5 times during the dream. Knows. I didn't think this was a he, but whatever. There are books on the human brain here. Media. Handwritten documents. It was back 3 years ago. Would you like to read it? Psychiatric Hospital of Krakow. Date December 25th. Oh, it's Christmas. 1940. Ooh, 42. Patient Franziska Jung. Age 9 years old. Date of birth September 2nd, 1934. Diagnosis. The patient suffers from a panic disorder, atharzagoraphobia, and hydrophobia. Shows many scars and bruises on the body from self-harm and autophagy, of which the patient is affected by. Day of the hospitalization, when the parents found her in the room, offering her blood to an imaginary being. However, since these symptoms haven't occurred. However, the patient continues to mumble alone, but stops quickly when observed, or experiment with extracorporeal experiences. The use of a muzzle has been prescribed, straitjacket removed only during meals, psychoanalysis sessions and sedatives, and 24/7. Kind of rough. I would say it's very rough. Miss Jung, we shall start our last session before the discharge. Please get comfortable on the bed. That bed is entirely too small for this character. Miss Jung, today is the final day of our therapy. How do you feel now that the closeness with your parents won't be hampered by visiting out? Doctor, do you believe me if I tell you that I've suffered more from being away from my parents than from the illness? Today is the best day of my life. After 3 years, we can finally be a family again. Even though sometimes I feel like I have another family, but this one had rejected me, tossed me away. What makes you think such things? Don't get me wrong, Doctor, it's not an obsession. I qualify it more as a fantasy to explain the intense affection I have towards my parents. Why find an explanation to a feeling? Well, I think there's deeper meaning behind it. Miss Jung, love is just like energy. It's hard to explain. No, I mean, energy is science. It is also a feeling that, unlike others, it doesn't have an explanation. It's there. Period. Now we'll take a test created by one of the greatest men that I ever met. Genius who, just like people before him, died in solitude. Pain killed him. After years of research, psychoanalysts ridiculed him, almost laughed at his test, which costed him time and effort. Poor thing. He didn't have a happy ending just before he published his last discoveries on ink stain. Ink stains? Yes. Do you know that there's a row of pixels above your head, Doctor, that is kind of offset? This man was Herman Roshar. Rorschach? He was my professor, he was my friend. Only a few people, including myself, believe in this test. I'm sure the day will come when it will be reevaluated and recognized as a method for psychoanalysis. I'm praying with all my heart that day arrives. Now, before we begin, should I tell me something? Just one thing. How does this test work? I will show you some ink blots. Just tell me what you see. All clear? Clear. Good. Let's begin. Do I actually take a Rorschach rotisserie test? Currently, I see nothing. This ink blot is blot. Oh.
Luna. Luna. Luna.
It's a voice. Where? Where am I? Okay, well, things changed. We got an upside down cross and horns. Bed where Luna has woken up. It looks like there's something under the covers. Wire cutters. Bedside table. Door's locked. Under the carpet. Manhole. Trapdoor. Oh, yes, I want. There seems to be a solid guard in the back to the manhole. Of the manhole. But Luna doesn't have wings to go down. Okay. How do I get wings, Luna? Items? Jingles 100. Okay, one sec. Let me check the walkthrough guide. Guides. Are there any guides? There are no guides. Nope. Okay. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, okay. A trunk. Yes. Head is sad. Try to smile. Nothing will happen. Head is sad. Ask him how to exit. Mark me 5 by 3. Hello? Can you tell me what number I have printed on my forehead? Tick tock, tick tock. Time's passing. Don't know what you want me to do, game. All right, we'll let it count down. We'll see what happens. I'm out of ideas here at this point. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Here is the biggest form of control. I don't mean to save flowers. Painting on the wall. The moth. Dark here. Luna doesn't see anything. Better not step on something I can't see. The devil's womb, the doors open when they please. What are you? Seed of evil sprouted, hindering the traveler's journey. The lantern become heavy by all the sins he had committed. Weight was such to make it seem like it had Honoric lantern merged with the ground, almost a symbol of the man capable of ascending because he lived for too long under the black sun. All it had taken would have been for a drop of pity To appease his soul, which is of harboring. So do I get the lantern or what? No. Alright, clearly need a... Stop pushing enter. World has lead. Here's what's on. So we need to find a few more. All we have is wired cut. Pretty funny. Pay tribute to the right king with the Decider's scepter to wake up from this. Okay. Don't listen to the mediocre left, right, at left. Back. I live of works of charity and mercy. I'm ignorant and poor. I don't expect you to pay me tribute. God bless. Don't know what you want me to do. Everything you hope for no longer exists. Everything implodes around me. Everything implodes. I'm talking to you. You no longer know who you are. If you realize that you know something in your head doesn't work, was it an illusion or a reality? Good questions, game. I'm not sure. Oh, this one opens now. Okay. Roses shoot. Lonelier than before. Arrows shoot down from the top arch. A chimney. Full of ash. Red eye sees death as if it were life. The green eye sees poison if it's natural. The blue eye sees sea. In the sea they will burn out. The yellow eye sees starshine. Any empty glasses, bottles. Luna thinks they could be useful. Thank you for not running away from me. I don't want to hurt you. I want to give you a tip on every seat. So I can tell you, ignore the room of the rulers for now. Go back where you are at the end of the... Same thing, the room with the talking furnace in the southeast, preceded by the room with the... Then I don't know if you had a chance to verify, but in the first room there's a manhole under the carpet. For that manhole there's a labyrinth, but to go down you need a specific object. I'm so happy that no one was afraid of me. I always had issues relating to someone as I come out. I should stop. I could wind up dead eventually. Okay. A little much. Throwing a lot. Okay. I don't know what I was supposed to get from that. Burnt wood, and I won't dignify you. Burn wood, I won't dignify you. Burn my enemy's meat. While you... Ash is burnt wood. There's a lot going on, and in some sense it's far too much for me to really... Can't get ash. Luna believes it's better not to go away from here for now. Luna, I'm trying. I really am. Okay. Illusion or not, the edge of the table was certainly real. One. Can't go there. Yeah, I'm really drawing a blank, like... Pay tribute. don't have a tribute. Something weird with these shrubs. Okay, items. We did it! I don't want to die alone with no purpose. Poor flower, it's drying. Can you hear me? So you have the power to talk to our flowers. Who are you? Where do you come from? My name is Luna. I woke up in a strange room. I don't know anything else. I'm afraid. I'm sorry to tell you this, little girl, but you have ended up in a dark place. There's no room for flowers here. What are you going to do? What are you doing here? How did you end up here? I'd love to tell you, but I could wither in the meantime. Bring me some water and I'll help you. This is who I am. Luna is a monster. Aw, Luna, you're fine. I need water. I haven't seen any water yet. Alright, now I can go up here. Giant chalice, there's some wood. Did I walk in the fire? Okay. Dark, can't see. Honestly, I think it's too much. I think there's just so much going on. The artwork's kind of, interesting. It's got a good look to it, but there's so much going on. Hard to keep track of it all. Doors are very loud. Let's complete one quest to give this plant some water. We'll wrap it up. Overall, I find this game to be difficult to recommend. The length between beats is incredibly long. Served and revered. Aww. Thank you, creature. If it weren't for you, I would have withered by now. I don't remember how I got here. I do sense, though, that something bad happened. Something painful, black. You, however, I see that for a child with no memories, you know a lot. Maybe past learnings are the only things that for some odd reason you haven't forgotten. How do you know Luna doesn't remember who she is? As a flower, I'm able to do things that other creatures don't know of. I'm able to absorb knowledge from the world. I am planted in sounds, colors, all the way to seeing the soul of the person who waters me. And this ground is cursed. I tried to know all that, but that I could of this place absorbing water, but with the bitter surprise, I found out that the ground here is drenched with everything but nice. I will tell you the bits that I've learned of this place. Once there was a man wandering unambiguously on the pavement of light. Malice made him angry and tearful. The man lost the path of light. As the years went by unexpectedly, darkness made him stronger. Solitude preserved him from the stains of equity. He killed his enemies, and with his own strength he built a giant labyrinth where he locked himself in. Thirst of vengeance had diverted him from the path, from the road that would have led him towards peace. Not here, he is hidden in the deepest part of the prison that he built himself. Just one of the many possible rooms. This is a labyrinth? This place isn't even the start. The rooms of the labyrinth are more than the grains of the sand in every ocean. And this person, where is he? Can I help him? No. Luna, your intentions are pure, you're sensitive. You're incapable of doing wrong intentionally. I read that in your soul during the moment you watered me. Despite your kindness, meek and unrepeatable, you will never be able to find the man that created all. The body is remote, it lies in the depths of the labyrinth, the soul has years out. Delight it of love and death, and he will show it. Love and death, what is that? Symphony, a musical piece. If you find an instrument to reproduce the piece with it, his soul will show up in front of us. I see you own an enchanted flask. Whatever liquid you insert into it won't ever run out. Therefore, allow me to still my petals of light by letting them fall in the water inside your body. Holy water. Before you walk out the door, I must inform you that you're not alone in this place. Found evil that goes around these rooms, you can't beat it. Thirsty from infant screams. Bewitched by their vigor, he will try to make his anything that isn't like he will try to make his anything that isn't like him. Who is there exactly? For the aeons, us creatures have preferred not to call him by his real name, but by his essence that isn't but an infinite mask of cosmic squalor. We have coined the tame Black Noise. Luckily, he is chaotic and blind being, so when you see him run, find a place to hide. But why me? I'm just a poor girl from a poor family. That speaks in a third person. Well, you called it out there. Like I said, you're an incredibly smart flower, and I can assure you there is a reason for everything that is happening to all of us. Not knowing the reason, though, all we can do is justify what we each want. Sense, though, that you will be the one to end. I don't understand. Time for you to understand hasn't come yet, but take comfort from this. Oh no, the little flower isn't here anymore. Luna, I'm here. The flask. Exactly. What I want to tell you is that you are no longer alone. My spirit will accompany you, and it will always be near you thanks to the petals that I dipped in the water that you used. Now fly, little. Okay. Is the light? It's very interesting. But the downside is it's such a big, expansive space that it's tough to keep it all together. Oh, the mustache is gone. Or the ink blot is gone. Yeah, it's got some interesting stuff going on. I just kind of wish it was condensed a little more. But the Devil's Womb. Cheers.